coarse ribbed velvet presses against my wrist, frayed at the hem where 40 winters met. The evening light turns amber through the mist, cooling the tea I haven't finished yet. A string quartet drifts from the radio as golden dust falls quietly and slow. I lean my cheek against the window pane. The glass is chilled, the air is holding still. Before the streetlights catch the coming rain, a long lost August climbs the windowsill. You stood beside the porch in '73, laughing as the sudden storm poured down, holding up a coat to cover me while lightning flashed across the sleeping town. We hid inside the parlor till the skies turned clear, and half a century dissolved right here. Soft woolen threads still carry how you smelled, cedar and oil from working on the lawn. I touch the place where your warm fingers held before the quiet years came marching on. The violins rise gentle, sweet and low, unfolding pages printed long ago. The sun slips down beneath the garden gate, leaving a stroke of violet on the floor. I do not mind that it is getting late, or that nobody knocks upon the door. The memory is warm enough to stay and keep the twilight chill at bay. You stood beside the porch in '73, laughing as the sudden storm poured down, holding up a coat to cover me while lightning flashed across the sleeping town. We hid inside the parlor till the skies turned clear, and half a century dissolved right here. The velvet sleeve rests on the darkened frame. The stars come out without a sound. I softly speak your old familiar name as evening settles all around. Heavy maple presses deep into the braided wool carpet, holding 80 years of rest beside the amber glass orange light grows long across the window ledge as shadows slowly tilt while afternoon hours pass. I sit here with a pen and write a note to you, the boy who worried if the spring would ever last. You were always running toward the distant hill, fearing every quiet room and standing still. Now the cello plays a softer, sweeter strain, washing clean the dust of every old domain. Dear younger heart, you didn't miss the golden train. The scars you hid became the flowers in the rain. The evening sun forgives the time we threw away, so lay your burdens down and welcome end of day. Your hands were always cold from holding on too tight to promises that faded long before the dusk. You thought the winter chill would never let us go, leaving only fallen leaves and empty husk. But look out through the glass and see the quiet lawn, the gentle crimson sky, where all our fears have gone. The woodwind breathes a lullaby upon the sill. I wish I could have told you then that time stands still, that every tear you spilled became a pearl to keep, to comfort us right here before we go to sleep. The chair holds all our weight without a single sound. The sunset softly settles on the garden ground. You made it through the storm, my dear old friend, and peace is waiting right here at the end. In the cool evening breeze, drifting gently through the open wooden frame, she rests her tired knuckles on her knees and watches dusk extinguish every flame. The heavy wool shawl settles on her back while twilight turns the yellow curtains gray. Copper kettle cools upon the stove, her tin of faded postcards sitting near. The air grows thick with lavender and clove, and 60 years ago is suddenly clear. The band was playing waltzes down at Miller's Hall when someone spun her round and caught her falling glove. Shadows trace the plaster on the wall to welcome back the the clock. She lets the evening gently rock. Dry cedar resin thickens in the yard, mixing with the scent of garden dirt. She sees a young man standing off his guard, brushing dust off his Sunday shirt. It doesn't make a bit of practical sense how past and present manage to combine. He waits forever by the picket fence, and she remains at 29. The band was playing waltzes down at Miller's Hall when someone spun her round and caught her falling glove. Now amber shadows trace the plaster on the wall to welcome back the quiet remnants of her love. She doesn't speak a word or turn to check the clock. She lets the evening gently rock. Violins play soft behind the velvet chair. A clarinet rehearses down the hall. The memory sits down beside her there before the deeper darkness starts to fall. The scent of spices slowly fades away. The sky turns indigo, then deepest black. She rests her head and lets the shadows stay, and never asks for yesterday back. A chip-bone button catches amber light beside my teacup on the maple tray. I count the dust motes drifting out of sight as shadows stretch across the yard today. It fell off your old sweater near the door the afternoon we swept the porch together. I saved it in a box upon the floor to hold against this chilly autumn weather. The cello-colored twilight fills the room, and 30 years ago begins to bloom. I hear your quiet step along the hall while yellow evening paints the parlor wall. You held my hand beside the garden gate and promised love could learn to sit and wait. Now amber shadows fold around my knees and carry back your gentle words to me. The window frame is cool against my wrist. The spruce trees turn to shapes of deepest blue. The street lamp glimmers in the river mist and softly brings another thought of you. I trace the rounded edge of polished bone and watch the golden hour turn to gray. I never feel entirely alone when memories come back at end of day. The years were long, but none were spent in vain. They rest like music on the window pane. I close my eyes and let the curtain fall, with peace enough to cover over all. The tea grows cold upon the wooden stand. I hold gotten tight inside my hand. The stars come out above the quiet lane. I smile and hear your voice again. Sweet clover drifts across the carpet as twilight paints the sill in velvet rust. Old Clara turns her teacup on the saucer and blows away a thin veneer of dust. Her parlor holds the warmth of 80 summers, each shadow leaning quiet toward the frame. A violin plays soft upon the radio speaker. The basswood floor creaks gently in the glow. The golden light grows soft and slightly weaker, unlocking days from 50 years ago. The amber beam retreats along the floral rug, unfolding letters tucked inside a cased clocks. Her quiet heart remembers every gentle phrase as sunset turns to purple in a softly drifted haze. Sweet cedar oils arise from polished armchairs where Daniel sat to read his books at 5. She traces pencil marks upon the stair rail and feels those distant winters come alive. A silver fountain pen lies by the curtain, still holding ink from 1964. No sudden tears fall down her withered cheek tonight, just quiet comfort settling on her chest. The evening sky gives up its final fading light and leaves the peaceful memory to rest. The sweet clover stays sweet inside the room. The window dims to deep blue violet gloom. Old Clara rocks in rhythm with the breeze, at peace among her quiet memories. dented thimble sits beside my tea. It catches gold light pouring through the glass. My mother used to stitch the coats for 3 and watch the heavy autumn shadows pass. I trace the tiny dimples in the rim while amber evening fills the quiet room. The violins inside the radio begin to play a slower tempo for the closing of the day. I bought a woolen coat in '69 and wore it till the threads grew thin. We stood beneath the canvas awning just to let the cooling rain pour in. Her laughter drifted past the corner like dried leaves upon a quiet lane. Now 40 winters gather sweetness right against the tilted window pane. The porcelain is lukewarm in my hand. The street lamp flickers once across the street. I hear the melody our little band would practice when the summertime was sweet. The dust motes float across the wooden floor and bring me back to days I held for more. The violins inside the radio begin to play a slower tempo for the closing of the day. I bought a woolen coat in '69 and wore it till the threads grew thin. We stood beneath the canvas awning just to let the cooling rain pour in. Her laughter drifted past the corner like dried leaves upon a quiet lane. Now 40 winters gather sweetness right against the tilted window pane. Old letters rest inside a tin box beneath the lower shelf. Time never truly leaves us, it just rearranges itself. The shadows stretch across the rug like fingers long and slow to hold the gentle secrets that we buried long ago. I bought a woolen coat in '69 and wore it till the threads grew thin. We stood beneath a canvas awning just to let the cooling rain pour in. Her laughter drifted past the corner like dry leaves upon a quiet lane. Now 40 winters gather sweetness right against the tilted window pane. The brass stays cool beneath my thumb. The sun dips low, the kettle rests. A quiet evening heals the chest. A bicycle bell rings down the gravelly lane. You pause your rocking chair to hear it pass. The golden hour trickles through the window pane and spills across the faded floral glass. You lean your shoulders back against the wood, just like you always said a good house should. The evening shadow lengthens on the floor. You trace the lace upon your lap once more. We traded paper maps for quiet afternoon tea, while maple leaf slippers by the oak door. It feels as if our youth was only yesterday, before the quiet decades carried us away. The amber sky grows deep behind the hill. The steam is rising from the teacup still. We traded paper maps for quiet afternoon tea, while maple leaves turn amber on the garden tree. The streetlights hum their gentle tune along the block, and time grows soft beside the ticking parlor clock. You hold the silver spoon and let the memories land, as 50 years of laughter rest inside your hand. Do you recall the nights we stayed up late to talk, before the town replaced the old stone sidewalk? You look at me and smile without a single word, the sweetest quiet that I have ever heard. A bicycle bell fades in the twilight air. You rest your tired head right there. The dusk comes in to close another day. We let the gentle memories stay. Copper marmalade glows against the glass frame, dipping low across the windowsill tonight. An old gentleman stopped to ask my name, holding out an umbrella wrapped in white. He sat down on the bench across from mine, watching dust motes drift in golden thread. He said, I used to sit here 40 years ago, and smiled into his cup of chamomile. I listened as the traffic started moving slow, and let his gentle stories stay a while. He remembered how the evening turned the plastic peach, while a needle scratched a ballad out of reach. Every memory he opened brought my mother back, like an old photo rescued from a velvet stack. And two strangers shared a lifetime in a simple room. Violet shading soft around the curtain crease pours a quiet warmth into his faded eyes. He spoke of summer dances down in Beatrice, under painted wooden pavilion skies. I told him how my sister learned to play cello in this very corner when the days grew long. The tea grew cold, the street lamp gave a yellow flicker. We didn't need to hurry or explain a line. The clock upon the wall was beating slow and thicker, as his forgotten winters drifted into mine. He remembered how the evening turned the plaster peach, while a needle scratched a ballad out of reach. Every memory he opened brought my mother back, like an old photo rescued from a velvet stack. And two strangers shared a lifetime in a simple room. He tipped his hat and stepped out to the avenue. The copper light had settled into navy blue. A quiet grace remained behind his empty chair. You said yesterday the curtains had grown thin. I watched the amber twilight drifting in. A silver thimble rests upon the ledge, a tiny tear along the woolen edge. The parlor clock still skips its 7 beat. Two worn-out slippers resting at my feet. The shadow reaches halfway up the wall. The dried red leaf begins its silent fall. The radiator hums a low, soft song. I wonder where the 60 years have gone. An old brass key unlocks the bottom drawer, where paper letters scatter on the floor. A handwritten note from 1963 brings back the girl who used to laugh with me. The golden dust falls softly on the glass to show how sweet the quiet hours pass. You said yesterday my tea was getting cold. I count the teacups lined in faded gold. The porcelain saucer holds a single crumb. My fingers trace where evening chill has come. A photograph in silver, worn and scratched. A pocket watch with tiny gears attached. Small details gather in the setting light. The pen coat hook, the garden apron white. Each little object holds a name I knew, and every quiet corner leads to you. You said yesterday the winter comes too fast. Oh, the red light fades behind the oak at last. The glass turns cool against my leaning head, remembering every gentle word you said. A delivery van rattles past Elm, rolling slow through the evening shade. You rest your worn chin on your palm, watching the golden light fade. We spent 40 years in this town, watching the quiet come down. The cello upstairs starts to play a song we both used to know. You smile in that quiet old way and turn back the years as we glow. You bought a postcard from Brighton in June and saved every ticket for years in a box. While evening arrives with the lavender tune, I pour out 2 glasses and rewind the clocks to find every laughter we thought we had lost. A neighbor boy calls to his hound, their footfalls grow faint down the lane. You point to the shadow-streaked ground and trace out the glass in the pane. The tea in your teacup grows cold as stories we treasured unfold. No need to speak louder than evening permits when memories gather like birds on the sill. We sit in the corner where shadow fits and hold every season we carry here still. What was gentle and best. Why does the light always linger on the corner table? No one is here to explain how the shadows grow long. The copper kettle hums its warm and quiet fable, while starlings settle down where they belong. I count the oak floorboards and wonder where the hours went, and if the orchard by the bend still holds the scent. Strings play softly behind my eyes, a gentle tide that starts to rise. The lace is fraying on the ledge, a yellowed envelope on the edge. We walk through October with rain on our sleeves, saving small copper coins in a tin by the door. Now twilight pours gold where the tapestry leaves, and 82 years softly settle once more as cello notes wander through memories we kept. Is that an old brass horn drifting up from the valley? It sounds like swing music playing low from the square. My fingers trace the glass, a line down memory alley, recalling every coat you present and divine. The dusk settles deep on the windowsill now. Who kept that blue ticket stub anyway? I think it was saved in your jacket somehow. The stars take their places at the end of the day. A sudden question breaks the quiet room. The cello on the record plays its phrase. Outside the pane, the street begins to gloom, and shadow stretches out in golden haze. I haven't thought of June in 20 years, until the dust motes settled on the frame. The tea grows cold inside the painted cup. A silver afternoon is winding down. I do not move to turn the lamplight up, while twilight gently settles on the town. An old song glides across the polished floor and opens up a long forgotten door. Your laugh comes back like rain upon the glass, to trace the quiet hours as they pass. The evening takes its time to fade away, and leaves a peaceful end to another day. The amber beam retreats behind the trees. A violin begins a gentle strain. I watch the curtain sway without a breeze, and hear the soft approach of autumn rain. You stood right there beside the window ledge and smiled before you walked into the street. An old song glides across the polished floor and opens up a long forgotten door. Your laugh comes back like rain upon the glass, to trace the quiet hours as they pass. The evening takes its time to fade away, and leaves a peaceful end to another day. The clarinet weaves through the darkening air. A pocket watch ticks slow upon the shelf. I sit in peace within this velvet chair, and find the gentle comfort in myself. The street lamp flickers on beyond the park. The last light vanishes without a sound. I rest my hands and listen to the dark. easy ground. Does the name go after nobody calls it? I watch a cloud drift past the church steeple top. The teacup is cold, my cardigan unbuttoned. Your old blue fountain pen lies still on the oak ledge. I used to think 40 years meant forever. Now the shadow on the rug just stretches long and thin. A cello hums somewhere down the hall, or maybe in my head. The radiator sighs a soft familiar steam. A postcard from Duluth sits propped against the glass. Across the polished floor, reconnecting every thread we left behind the door. A silver thimble rolls toward the velvet chair, while summer from a distant June still lingers in the air. And 30 winter coats ago, you smiled and took my hand. Did we ever buy that rug in Chicago? No, that was Arthur's house with a squeaky front porch. The sun is slipping behind the apothecary chimney. I hear a bicycle chain rattling down the lane. You always laughed when I burnt the peach cobbler. Now the tin tray catches the final orange glare. A clarinet bends softly through the dusk outside. The wall clock ticks, but nobody is counting time. I trace the tiny scratch upon the window side. The amber evening spills across the polished floor, reconnecting every thread we left behind the door. A silver thimble rolls toward the velvet chair, while summer from a distant June still lingers in the air. And 30 winter coats ago, you smiled and took my hand. Yellowed lace, a train ticket to Spokane. Why do I remember the smell of your wool cap? The light turns lavender before it disappears completely. I am 81 today, or was that yesterday? It doesn't matter much when the music sounds this sweet. The window glass grows chilly against my knuckles. A dark robin perches on the fence rail. I close my eyes and listen to the quiet. You are standing by the piano again. The light goes out, but I am warm inside. Loose ribbed velvet presses against my wrist, frayed at the hem where 40 winters met. The evening light turns amber through the mist, cooling the tea I haven't finished yet. A string quartet drifts from the radio as golden dust falls quietly and slow. I lean my cheek against the window pane. The glass is chilled, the air is holding still. Before the streetlights catch the coming rain, a long lost August climbs the windowsill. You stood beside the porch in '73, laughing as the sudden storm poured down, holding up a coat to cover me while lightning flashed across the sleeping town. We hid inside the parlor till the skies turned clear, and half a century dissolved right here. Soft woolen threads still carry how you smelled, cedar and oil from working on the lawn. I touched the place where your warm fingers held before the quiet years came marching on. The violins rise gentle, sweet and low, unfolding pages printed long ago. The sun slips down beneath the garden gate, leaving a stroke of violet on the floor. I do not mind that it is getting late, or that nobody knocks upon the door. The memory is warm enough to stay and keep the twilight chill at bay. You stood beside the porch in '73, laughing as the sudden storm poured down, holding up a coat to cover me while lightning flashed across the sleeping town. We hid inside the parlor till the skies turned clear, and half a century dissolved right here. The velvet sleeve rests on the darkened frame. The stars come out without a sound. I softly speak your old familiar name as evening settles all around. Heavy maple presses deep into the braided wool carpet, holding 80 years of rest beside the amber glass orange light grows long across the window ledge as shadows slowly tilt while afternoon hours pass. I sit here with a pen and write a note to you, the boy who worried if the spring would ever last. You were always running toward the distant hill, fearing every quiet room and standing still. Now the cello plays a softer, sweeter strain, washing clean the dust of every old domain. Dear younger heart, you didn't miss the golden train. The scars you hid became the flowers in the rain. Forgives the time we threw away, so lay your burdens down and welcome end of day. Your hands were always cold from holding on too tight to promises that faded long before the dusk. You thought the winter chill would never let us go, leaving only fallen leaves and empty husk. But look out through the glass and see the quiet lawn, the gentle crimson sky, where all our fears have gone. The woodwind breathes a lullaby upon the sill. I wish I could have told you then that time stand still, that every tear you spilled became a pearl to keep, to comfort us right here before we go to sleep. The chair holds all our weight without a single sound. The sunset softly settles on the garden ground. You made it through the storm, my dear old friend, and peace is waiting right here at the end. In the cool evening breeze, drifting gently through the open wooden frame, she rests her tired knuckles on her knees and watches dusk extinguish every flame. The heavy wool shawl settles on her back while twilight turns the yellow curtains gray. Copper kettle cools upon the stove, her tin of faded postcards sitting near. The air grows thick with lavender and clove, and 60 years ago is suddenly clear. The band was playing waltzes down at Miller's Hall when someone spun her round and caught her falling glove. Shadows trace the plaster on the wall to welcome back the the clock. She lets the evening gently rock. Dry cedar resin thickens in the yard, mixing with the scent of garden dirt. She sees a young man standing off his guard, brushing dust off his Sunday shirt. It doesn't make a bit of practical sense how past and present manage to combine. He waits forever by the picket fence, and she remains at 29. The band was playing waltzes down at Miller's Hall when someone spun her round and caught her falling glove. Now amber shadows trace the plaster on the wall to welcome back the quiet remnants of her love. She doesn't speak a word or turn to check the clock. She lets the evening gently rock. Violins play soft behind the velvet chair. A clarinet rehearses down the hall. The memory sits down beside her there before the deeper darkness starts to fall. The scent of spices slowly fades away. The sky turns indigo, then deepest black. She rests her head and lets the shadows stay, and never asks for yesterday back. A chip-bone button catches amber light beside my teacup on the maple tray. I count the dust motes drifting out of sight as shadows stretch across the yard today. It fell off your old sweater near the door the afternoon we swept the porch together. I saved it in a box upon the floor to hold against this chilly autumn weather. The cello-colored twilight fills the room, and 30 years ago begins to bloom. I hear your quiet step along the hall while yellow evening paints the parlor wall. You held my hand beside the garden gate and promised love could learn to sit and wait. Now amber shadows fold around my knees and carry back your gentle words to me. The window frame is cool against my wrist. The spruce trees turn to shapes of deepest blue. The street lamp glimmers in the river mist and softly brings another thought of you. I trace the rounded edge of polished bone and watch the golden hour turn to gray. I never feel entirely alone when memories come back at end of day. The years were long, but none were spent in vain. They rest like music on the window pane. I close my eyes and let the curtain fall with peace enough to cover over all. The tea grows cold upon the wooden stand. I hold the inside my hand. The stars come out above the quiet lane. I smile and hear your voice again. Sweet clover drifts across the carpet as twilight paints the sill in velvet rust. Old Clara turns her teacup on the saucer and blows away a thin veneer of dust. Her parlor holds the warmth of 80 summers, each shadow leaning quiet toward the frame. A violin plays soft upon the radio speaker. The basswood floor creaks gently in the glow. The golden light grows soft and slightly weaker, unlocking days from 50 years ago. The amber beam retreats along the floral rug, unfolding letters tucked inside a wooden box. She feels a sudden ghost of an embrace so snug, while evening time rewinds the brass-cased clocks. Her quiet heart remembers every gentle phrase as sunset turns to purple in a softly drifted haze. Sweet cedar oils arise from polished armchairs where Daniel sat to read his books at 5. She traces pencil marks upon the stair rail and feels those distant winters come alive. A silver fountain pen lies by the curtain, still holding ink from 1964. No sudden tears fall down her withered cheek tonight, just quiet comfort settling on her chest. The evening sky gives up its final fading light and leaves the peaceful memory to rest. The sweet clover stays sweet inside the room. The window dims to deep blue violet gloom. Old Clara rocks in rhythm with the breeze, at peace among her quiet memories. dented thimble sits beside my tea. It catches gold light pouring through the glass. My mother used to stitch the coats for three and watch the heavy autumn shadows pass. I trace the tiny dimples in the rim while amber evening fills the quiet room. The violins inside the radio begin to play a slower tempo for the closing of the day. I bought a woolen coat in '69 and wore it till the threads grew thin. We stood beneath the canvas awning just to let the cooling rain pour in. Her laughter drifted past the corner like dried leaves upon a quiet lane. Now 40 winners gather sweetness right against the tilted window pane. The porcelain is lukewarm in my hand. The street lamp flickers once across the street. I hear the melody our little band would practice when the summertime was sweet. The dust motes float across the wooden floor and bring me back to days I held for more. The violins inside the radio begin to play a slower tempo for the closing of the day. I bought a woolen coat in '69 and wore it till the threads grew thin. We stood beneath the canvas awning just to let the cooling rain pour in. Her laughter drifted past the corner like dried leaves upon a quiet lane. Now 40 winners gather sweetness right against the tilted window pane. Oh, letters rest inside a tin box beneath the lower shelf. Time never truly leaves us, it just rearranges itself. The shadows stretch across the rug like fingers long and slow to hold the gentle secrets that we buried long ago. I bought a woolen coat in '69 and wore it till the threads grew thin. We stood beneath the canvas awning just to let the cooling rain pour in. Her laughter drifted past the corner like dry leaves upon a quiet lane. Now 40 winners gather sweetness right against the tilted window pane. The brass stays cool beneath my thumb. The sun dips low, the kettle rests. A quiet evening heals the chest. A bicycle bell rings down the gravelly lane. You pause your rocking chair to hear it pass. The golden hour trickles through the window pane and spills across the faded floral glass. You lean your shoulders back against the wood, just like you always said a good house should. The evening shadow lengthens on the floor. You trace the lace upon your lap once more. We traded paper maps for quiet afternoon tea, while maple leaves play soft and low, some melody from 1964. You nod your head and let the heavy burdens go, and drop your wool slippers by the oak door. It feels as if our youth was only yesterday, before the quiet decades carried us away. The amber sky grows deep behind the hill. The steam is rising from the teacup still. We traded paper maps for quiet afternoon tea, while maple leaves turn amber on the garden tree. The streetlights hum their gentle tune along the block, and time grows soft beside the ticking parlor clock. You hold the silver spoon and let the memories land, as 50 years of laughter rest inside your hand. Do you recall the nights we stayed up late to talk, before the town replaced the old stone sidewalk? You look at me and smile without a single word, the sweetest quiet that I have ever heard. A bicycle bell fades in the twilight air. You rest your tired head right there. The dusk comes in to close another day. We let the gentle memories stay. Copper marmalade glows against the glass frame, dipping low across the windowsill tonight. An old gentleman stopped to ask my name, holding out an umbrella wrapped in white. He sat down on the bench across from mine, watching dust motes drift in golden thread. He said, I used to sit here 40 years ago, and smiled into his cup of chamomile. I listened as the traffic started moving slow, and let his gentle stories stay a while. He remembered how the evening turned to plastic peach, while a needle scratched a ballad out of reach. Every memory he opened brought my mother back, like an old photo rescued from a velvet stack. And two strangers shared a lifetime in a simple room. Violet shading soft around the curtain crease pours a quiet warmth into his faded eyes. He spoke of summer dances down in Beatrice, under painted wooden pavilion skies. I told him how my sister learned to play cello in this very corner when the days grew long. The tea grew cold, the street lamp gave a yellow flicker. We didn't need to hurry or explain a line. arms drifted into mine. He remembered how the evening turned the plaster peach, while a needle scratched a ballad out of reach. Every memory he opened brought my mother back, like an old photo rescued from a velvet stack. And two strangers shared a lifetime in a simple room. He tipped his hat and stepped out to the avenue. The copper light had settled into navy blue. A quiet grace remained behind his empty chair. You said yesterday the curtains had grown thin. I watched the amber twilight drifting in. A silver thimble rests upon the ledge, a tiny tear along the woolen edge. The parlor clock still skips its 7 beat. Two worn-out slippers resting at my feet. The shadow reaches halfway up the wall. A dried red leaf begins its silent fall. The radiator hums a low, soft song. I wonder where the 60 years have gone. An old brass key unlocks the bottom drawer, where paper letters scatter on the floor. A handwritten note from 1963 brings back the girl who used to laugh with me. The golden dust falls softly on the glass to show how sweet the quiet hours pass. You said yesterday my tea was getting cold. I count the teacups lined in faded gold. The porcelain saucer holds a single crumb. My fingers trace where evening chill has come. A photograph in silver, worn and scratched. A pocket watch with tiny gears attached. Small details gather in the setting light. The pen coat hook, the garden apron white. Each little object holds a name I knew, and every quiet corner leads to you. You said yesterday the winter comes too fast. Oh, the red light fades behind the oak at last. The glass turns cool against my leaning head, remembering every gentle word you said. A delivery van rattles past Elm, rolling slow through the evening shade. You rest your worn chin on your palm, watching the golden light fade. We spent 40 years in this town, watching the quiet come down. The cello upstairs starts to play a song we both used to know. You smile in that quiet old way and turn back the a postcard from Brighton in June and saved every ticket for years in a box, while evening arrives with the lavender tune. I pour out 2 glasses and rewind the clocks to find every laughter we thought we had lost. A neighbor boy calls to his hound, their footfalls grow faint down the lane. You point to the shadow streaked ground and trace out the glass in the pane. The tea in your teacup grows cold as stories we treasured unfold. No need to speak louder than evening permits when memories gather like birds on the sill. We sit in the corner where shadow fits and hold every season we carry here still. What was gentle and best. Why does the light always linger on the corner table? No one is here to explain how the shadows grow long. The copper kettle hums its warm and quiet fable, while starlings settle down where they belong. I count the oak floorboards and wonder where the hours went, and if the orchard by the bend still holds the scent. Strings play softly behind my eyes, a gentle tide that starts to rise. The lace is fraying on the ledge, a yellowed envelope on the edge. We walk through October with rain on our sleeves, saving small copper coins in a tin by the door. Now twilight pours gold where the tapestry leaves, and 82 years softly settle once more as cello notes wander through memories we kept. Is that an old brass horn drifting up from the valley? It sounds like swing music playing low from the square. My fingers trace the glass, a line down memory alley, recalling every coat you used to wear. Unwritten postcards and a key without a lock, all ticking gently present and divine. The dusk settles deep on the windowsill now. Who kept that blue ticket stub anyway? I think it was saved in your jacket somehow. The stars take their places at the end of the day. A sudden question breaks the quiet room. The cello on the record plays its phrase. Outside the pane, the street begins to gloom, and shadow stretches out in golden haze. I haven't thought of June in 20 years, until the dust motes settled on the frame. The tea grows cold inside the painted cup. A silver afternoon is winding down. I do not move to turn the lamplight up, while twilight gently settles on the town. An old song glides across the polished floor and opens up a long forgotten door. Your laugh comes back like rain upon the glass, to trace the quiet hours as they pass. The evening takes its time to fade away, and leaves a peaceful end to another day. The amber beam retreats behind the trees. A violin begins a gentle strain. I watch the curtain sway without a breeze, and hear the soft approach of autumn rain. You stood right there beside the window ledge and smiled before you walked into the street. An old song glides across the polished floor and opens up a long forgotten door. Your laugh comes back like rain upon the glass, to trace the quiet hours as they pass. The evening takes its time to fade away, and leaves a peaceful end to another day. The clarinet weaves through the darkening air. A pocket watch ticks slow upon the shelf. I sit in peace within this velvet chair, this memory rests on quiet, easy ground. Does the name go after nobody calls it? I watch a cloud drift past the church steeple top. The teacup is cold, my cardigan unbuttoned. Your old blue fountain pen lies still on the oak ledge. I used to think 40 years meant forever. Now the shadow on the rug just stretches long and thin. A cello hums somewhere down the hall, or maybe in my head. The radiator sighs a soft familiar steam. A postcard from Duluth sits propped against the glass. Across the polished floor, reconnecting every thread we left behind the door. A silver thimble rolls toward the velvet chair, while summer from a distant June still lingers in the air. And 30 winter coats ago, you smiled and took my hand. Did we ever buy that rug in Chicago? No, that was Arthur's house with a squeaky front porch. The sun is slipping behind the apothecary chimney. I hear a bicycle chain rattling down the lane. You always laughed when I burnt the peach cobbler. Now the tin tray catches the final orange glare. A clarinet bends softly through the dusk outside. The wall clock ticks, but nobody is counting time. I trace the tiny scratch upon the windowsill. Spills across the polished floor, reconnecting every thread we left behind the door. A silver thimble rolls toward the velvet chair, while summer from a distant June still lingers in the air. And 30 winter coats ago, you smiled and took my hand. Yellowed lace, a train ticket to Spokane. Why do I remember the smell of your wool cap? The light turns lavender before it disappears completely. I am 81 today, or was that yesterday? It doesn't matter much when the music sounds this sweet. The window glass grows chilly against my knuckles. A dark robin perches on the fence rail. I close my eyes and listen to the quiet. You are standing by the piano again. The light goes out, but I am warm inside.